Hey guys, and welcome to the 5th webinar in our series on Make 2024 Count. By the way, I've just gotten out of a training session with my baby and she was teaching me how to dance, that kind of a thing. And we are talking about procrastination and overwhelm today. And I said, do these 5 things to escape overwhelm and procrastination. I have more than 5 things to talk about, but I'll start by saying procrastination is a cage or a prison for destinies waiting for manifestation. Did you get that? Procrastination is a cage or a prison for destinies waiting for manifestation. I can begin to think of the destinies that have been caged by procrastination. I tell you, the world is waiting for your manifestation, and here you are procrastinating on the things you're supposed to do to move ahead, to manifest your glory. And procrastination has a heavy cost. Heavy cost. What are the disadvantages of procrastination? One is that unfulfilled dreams. You will live without your dreams being fulfilled. That is one of the heavy costs of procrastination. The second is that you will have anxiety and depression, and I know how that feels, because there was for a long time that I wasn't happy with myself because I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do, and it affected my health. I had anxiety issues, I have depression, and it's a heavy cost of procrastination. Another is lack of joy. Because you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, you will not have joy. Joy will not be abundant in your life. And those are the disadvantages of procrastination. And last but not the least, inability to attain destiny, inability to be who God wants you to be. You know, when God created us, he had a design in mind. He had something for us to do. And so when you start procrastinating, you will not be able to do. You will not become what God wants you to be. And that is not a good place to be. I can tell you that from experience. And that is why this afternoon we want to look at how to deal with procrastination before it deals with you. How to escape the trap of procrastination. I tell you, it's a trap. It's a major trap. And that was why I use the word escape, because I am trying to give you that mindset that this thing is a trap. This thing that you are looking at as if it's harmless, it's actually a trap to keep you in one spot. And so I want to talk about what has worked for me, and you will pick 1 or 2 things as the Lord helps you. But before then, I want to tell you what the Bible talks about when it comes to procrastination. And it gives us the example of Caleb in Numbers 13 verse 30, where Caleb just told the Israelites, let us go up at once and take the land. Imagine if Caleb hadn't have that kind of confidence and had not told them, let us not procrastinate, let us go up at once. They wouldn't have been able to get into the promised land. And it is so for you and I too. We are at the gate of the promised land, and procrastination wants to get the better of us. It is weird. I will say, I am taking it now. I will no longer waste time. And so Caleb did that. He told the people. Then Caleb quieted the people before Moses, because then the people were already doubting, can we do this? Can we do this? And what did he say? According to the Bible, let us go up at once and take possession, for we are well able to overcome it. And this morning, this afternoon, this evening, depending on the time you are watching, I want you to know that you are well able to overcome procrastination. And what does that Bible also talk about? In Proverbs chapter 6 verse 4, the Message version, just for you to know that the Bible understands that we will face procrastination in our life journeys. Proverbs 6 verse 4, Message version says, don't procrastinate. There is no time to lose. Don't procrastinate. So this is something that is so important to God that it is in the Bible. Message version, Proverbs 6:4. Don't procrastination. There's no time to lose. We don't have all the time in the world. Life is too short for you to be procrastinating. And so that is the biblical position on procrastination. So what has worked for me without wasting your time? But before I talk about what has worked for me, let me say procrastination means delaying or postponing something that needs to be done, usually because it's unpleasant or dull. Because you consider it unpleasant or dull, you are postponing. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. Tomorrow never comes. Procrastination is a trap, like I earlier said. And research says that 95% of us procrastinate to some degree. Can you just imagine that? 95% of us. In fact, sometimes we do not even believe that we are procrastinating, and somebody points it out to us. And sometimes it is disguised in form of perfectionist tendencies, as in you want to be a perfectionist, and it affects what you want to do. And so these, sometimes you might not be aware, sometimes you might be aware, and sometimes it is veiled as I want this thing to be okay, I don't want it to have any errors, and you end up not doing anything. But one thing I'll tell you from experience is progress over perfection. Progress over perfection. Progress over perfection. We are aiming at progress as part of this Make 2024 Counts mantras. We are aiming for progress over perfection, because perfection does not exist on this side of eternity. But let's at least be doing something and be correcting ourselves. Like I said, in the 1% better club, we want to be better 1% daily. No overwhelm, because overwhelm will cause us to procrastinate. And so, how have I overcome? Allow the Bible to guide you. And for me, Proverbs 6 verse 4 that I just mentioned is something that I look at. The Bible says, don't procrastinate. And I try to let God guide me through his word. And so the first tip I want to talk about that has worked for me is that I allow the Bible to guide me. Very important. Very, very important. So second is take responsibility for your life and results. Take responsibility for your life and results. Enough of the blame game. There's this quote by Robert A. Schuller. He wrote so many books, including Tough Times Never Last, Tough People Do. And you know, when I read that Tough Times Never Last, Tough People Do, I think I have like 3 editions of it. I can't remember, because I kept losing and I kept buying. Because it's a fantastic book if you are going through tough times. And in it, there's this quote. He says, if it's going to be, it's up to me. If it's going to be, it's up to me. And so you are not waiting for anybody to come for you. Take responsibility if you want to overcome procrastination. The moment you take responsibility, you won't even look at what other people are doing. You will just keep on focusing. And there's this other quote by William H. Johnsen, which says, if it's to be, it's up to me, just like Robert Schuller's own. So there's this story in the book of The Richest Man in Babylon, which teaches us vital lessons on taking responsibility. And it's the story of the camel trader. In fact, we are reading that book in a book a month challenge. This December, that's the book we read, and I was surprised to learn about taking responsibility from that book, because it's a book on financial prosperity, right? But there's this story of the camel trader that I read yesterday, that we read yesterday, and the camel trader had lost money. He was indebted to so many people. His wife went back to her father, and he was down. So he left Babylon, because the story was situated in Babylon, to go and work elsewhere. And while he was there, the wife of his master challenged him to take responsibility for his life. And he took responsibility. He decided to go back to Babylon. And he ended his story by saying, where the determination is, the way can be found. And I will also add my own and say, where there is a will, there will be a way. And that's the truth that can lead men out of difficulties into success. So I don't know the situation in which you are now. Probably you are indebted. Probably you are facing challenges at work. Probably you are having issues with your business. Probably you are having issues with your family. No matter what it is, once you determine to take responsibility, like the camel trader, things begin to fall in place. A way will open for you. Just like he did for the camel trader, because at the time he was telling us this story, he was a rich man, because he had worked on himself. He had taken responsibility. So that is the second thing that will work with you, that will work for you if you want to escape from procrastination and overwhelm. Now, the next thing that has worked for me is that start small, break your work into chunks. Like this same camel trader that I'm talking about in the richest man in Babylon story, he broke his debt into small chunks to avoid overwhelm because he was owing a lot of people. So what he did was immediately he got back to Babylon from where he went to work as a slave. He met with them and told them, look, I will be giving 20% of every money that I earn towards my debts. So this is how he divided his money. He divided 10% for future prosperity to invest in something that will take care of himself and his family in the future. So 10% was going into an investment for himself and his family. 20% was going into debt. 70% was going into their living expenses with his wife. And so every earning that came in, he divided into that. And so he broke the debt into small chunks. So if he was owing this person 100 coppers, he would tell him, look, every month I would give you this. And small, he was able to pay up to the point where he became a rich man. So start small, break your large tasks into smaller chunks and pick the one that you can do now so that you are underway without realizing it. And I did share that a couple of days ago when somebody asked this same question, that sometimes I want to write a big post. I will at least write the title. I'll write points just for me to have an idea that I'm committed to this. And because I'm almost underway, before I realize it, I might do like a half of it, or I might say, okay, I'll write 100 words every day. And that helps me. And when it comes to to-do list, some people say it's a must. It's a must. Well, I'm not disagreeing or agreeing with anybody, but I'll talk about what has worked for me. Sometimes I have a to-do list. Sometimes I do not have. I go with the flow. Depends. So I'm not going to sit here and say every blessed day I've had a to-do list. Not always. But I've always gotten things done because I wake up and I know my position. I know what I'm facing. I know what I want to do. So that is a third tip that has worked for me. The fourth one is cultivate the habit of finishing things. Don't just start things halfway. This is half done, that is half done. No, at least commit to finishing something. It helps. And it boosts your own sense of accomplishment too when you can tick it off your list. Say, I have done this. I am done with this. And so finish things. Cultivate that capacity to finish whatever it is you start. Don't just do things halfway. This is half done, that is half done. I know your efforts will be scattered, and also you won't feel a sense of satisfaction. But when you commit to finishing, you'll be able to tick it off your list. The next tip is that work at your most productive time of the day. For me, that happens to be very early in the morning because I have a toddler, and I try to minimize distractions by working at night. And so if you find me up early, that is the reason. And that is when I'm most productive because there are less distractions and I can also focus. The weather is cool. My mind is cool. I'm refreshed from sleep. You know, that kind of a thing. So work at your most productive time. You know when you are most productive. So don't say because I work in the morning, early in the morning, late at night, you will also want to do that. If that doesn't work for you, by all means, go for what works. Go for what works. And I was talking about the reading challenge earlier, a book a month challenge. I'll drop the link to the group below, and you can also join. The reading challenge is free, and every month we are committed to reading one book. That does not mean I read only one book every month. I read several other books, but for this challenge we are committing to one book per month. You can also read other books, but for this challenge we are reading one book per month, and I will drop the link in the description. If you are just joining us, please let's know where you are joining us from so we can give you a warm virtual hug. Thank you so much for taking out the time to join this live stream. We are big on community, like you already know, and we want to welcome you. We want to acknowledge you. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Okay, so I was talking about things that have worked for me when it comes to managing or dealing with procrastination. So I said the last one I said was try to finish whatever it is you start. Then I talked about working at your most productive time of the day. The next one is get rid of distractions. That environment in which you are working, what are the distractions you have there? Try to get rid of them. By nature of what I do, I have to have some quiet time and also to be able to be creative and think well, because writing doesn't come that easy. You've got to have some sort of solitude for you to be able to piece your thoughts together, all those kind of things, and generate ideas, right? Okay, so you look at your environment. What is it that can be done to keep distractions at bay? And also your perfectionist tendencies. I already talked about it, and I said nothing is perfect on this side of eternity. Whatever it is we are doing, we are just trying our best. And so take the mantra, which I just said, progress over perfection. And like I even said this morning during our prayer with the workers of House of Wisdom, I said I'm aiming to be 1% better every day. Even in video making, I'm aiming to be 1% better every day. There's something I've done today which I never ever used to do, to make what I do to be what? Better. And so also commit to becoming better every day. And that, and part of it is getting over the perfectionist mindset of this thing has to be perfect or else I'm not putting it out. You won't get anything done. Imagine if I had said it has to be perfect before we wouldn't even be where we are. We wouldn't even be talking about this channel. But you know, I started with what I had, and over time I'm perfecting my art. I won't even say I'm where I'm supposed to be, but it's all about trying your best with what you got and making it better as you go. So deal with your distractions. Now, the next one is promise yourself a reward. And you know, when I mentioned this a while back during a particular DM, and people laughed, Taya. I told them that, look, there was a time in my life that anytime I received an income from clients for work done in my content writing business, because the banks were close to a restaurant, I won't mention names, I made up my mind, after collecting whatever it is I was collecting from the bank, I will go to the restaurant and buy something for myself because I did the work. And so that also helps me to keep procrastination at bay. When I usually would look forward to that time when I'll sit alone in the restaurant, take care of myself, as in without a care in the world. Before I'll go home and share the money with anybody, I'll first take care of myself. And so what am I trying to say? Promise yourself a reward. Promise yourself a reward. When you do that, it enables you to overcome procrastination, because you're already looking forward to that time when you will be rewarded with this thing. And that reward should be something you really look forward to. Like I used to look forward to that food in the restaurant, but not again, because you know, one is growing and I don't want to be buying those kind of things. It's okay. But I just wanted to give you that example for you to understand how to motivate yourself to overcome procrastination. And so reward yourself. Promise yourself, I will do this if I'm able to finish this. It's a fantastic way to motivate yourself. So I used to give myself a reward. Then master your self-talk. There was a time in my life that I would be shouting because I realized that procrastination wanted to build a house in my life. Do it now, do it now, do it. You know, I'll be shouting within myself, do it now, do it now. I was mastering my self-talk. Do it now, just for me not to procrastinate. And so you also can affirm that to yourself. Do it now, do it now. Be telling yourself, master your self-talk. Don't say, I wasn't able to do it yesterday. Will I be able to do it? Keep repeating it to yourself. Keep repeating. In fact, if it's possible, record yourself and play it to yourself. Thankfully, our phones have the sound recording feature. Record yourself and listen. Do it now. Do it now. It will push you. Yeah. You got to help yourself. And yesterday, I talked about having an accountability partner or a coach. It matters too. If you find that you procrastinate a lot, you can invest in the services of a coach or an accountability partner that will ask you, have you done this? Have you done that? It matters, because if you know that something is important to you, you will find a way to do it. You will find a way to do it. And so get an accountability partner too. It helps, or a coach who push you, right? Okay. Then the next one is be kind to yourself. Yes, seriously. The fact that you didn't tick all the items on your to-do list today doesn't mean you should speak unkindly to yourself, because some people will say, I'm a mess, I'm a failure, I couldn't even tick all the items on my to-do. Who told you everybody ticks it? I've just confessed to you that there are times I don't even have a to-do list. There are some days I don't have any, seriously. And it doesn't mean I won't do stuff. And so if you find you do not tick everything on your list, don't say unkind things to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself. And celebrate your successes, like I said. Celebrate your small wins. Because let me tell you, most of the things you'll ever do in your life that matter are marathons. They are not sprints. And so every small win, celebrate, 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 celebrate. Give yourself kudos. Don't be unkind to yourself. Be your own best cheerleader. Be your own best cheerleader. Do what you would do for a friend for yourself. You know, sometimes I wonder how we are considerate with our friends. We help them out when they have issues, and we talk softly to them. But when it comes to us, we begin to criticize ourselves. And I get it. You probably are coming from a background where you were criticized all your life, and those negative voices are registered in your brain. But I tell you, you can overcome those negative voices. Tell yourself good things. I'm capable. I can do this. I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me, power. Be kind to yourself. Yes, very, very important. And then if you find that you need help, please ask for help. If you find that you need help, please ask for help. Sometimes as a writer, to be motivated to write, I could ask a graphic designer to create the image I want to use in my write-up. And seeing that image alone is enough to motivate me to put pen to paper, right? And so ask for help if you need it. There's this song that I sang a while back. I said, there's this song, I'm not a superwoman. Most of us try to be superwomen, supermen. We are not. We are human beings. We are weak. We are feeble, if not for the grace of the Almighty upon our lives. And so if you find that you need help to overcome procrastination, please get it. And one of the help you can get is an accountability partner or a coach to push you. And if you also need, there are some other people like this graphic design example that I just gave. In fact, at home, if there are things you need somebody to help you with, get a maid. As a woman and you have little kids and you are still trying to run a business, get help if you need it. Don't be a superwoman. You are not. I am not a superwoman, and I'm very realistic with myself. If I need help, I'll go get it. Seriously. And so if you need help to overcome your procrastination tendencies, get the help you need to make your life seamless. Then keep the big picture in mind. Cut out images representing where you are going and look at them every day. There's this, I have an image on my phone right now that is like my screensaver. It's something that I aim for, and every day I see it. And so on days when I don't want to do anything, seeing that image alone is enough push for me that, yeah, but this is where you are going. Keep going, keep going. Overcome this procrastination. Don't allow this procrastination to hold you down. They will motivate you. Such cutouts will motivate. For instance, if you hope to write a mega book, look for a book that's the New York Times best-selling and put it on your phone screen or even your laptop screen. So every day you see it, it will motivate you. It will help you on your journey so that motivation will not, procrastination will not get the better of you. And so if you're still on this live stream or you are watching the replay and you are not yet subscribed to this channel, I will ask that you subscribe now. And the reason is simple. We've got a lot of life transforming insights and videos for you, because we are big on community. Number two, transformation is at the heart of what we do. And so we implore you to hit the subscribe button now. Hit it now. It takes less than a minute to do that, to be notified of our future live streams and also our video uploads. We want you to be in the know. so that 2024 can be a better year for you and I. In fact, it's bound to be our best year yet if we commit all these things we are teaching ourselves to heart and we apply them and move with the force of the Spirit, because the Lord is with you and I to enable us get to where we are going. And so please hit the subscribe button, and if you know somebody who will benefit from what we shared in this video, please share it with them. Hit the share button, share it with them right away. Don't wait till tomorrow. Don't procrastinate. And like you guys say, young adults, don't snooze. Don't snooze. Just hit the share button, share it with them, subscribe, like this video, leave a comment. We are willing to attend to your questions, and so leave a comment in the chat box and we surely will get back to you. And so I'll end this session by saying, don't wait for time, make it. Don't wait for love, feel it. Don't wait for money, earn it. Don't wait for the path, find it. Don't wait for opportunity, create it. Don't go for less, get the best. Don't compare, be unique. Don't fight your misfortune, transform it. Don't avoid failure, use it. Don't dwell on mistake, learn from it. Don't back down, go around. Don't close your eyes, open your mind. Don't run from life, embrace it. And this quote is by Ritu Ghatourey, an Indian author who is best known for her quotes. I'll put the quote in the description so you can also benefit from it. It's one quote that I enjoy reading. It's one quote that I enjoy meditating upon. And so don't wait for time. Create the time. The time is there. You are the one that will create it. The people that are making use of time don't have 26 hours. They have 24 hours like you. And it is you that will make the best of the 24 hours. So don't waste time. Like we already said, and I'm the leader of the gang, the Make 2024 Count gang. Iyabooyawale is the leader, and I'm telling you, 2024 can be better than 2023. We have just less than 36 hours to go, but I'm telling you, I'm giving you the assurance, it is going to be your best year yet. If you can commit these things we are teaching to heart, watch these videos over and over again, learn and apply. And if you need help, our description is in the box below. And the software that we use to make all these live streams, we will put it in the chat box below. By the way, don't forget that we are taking a break from these live streams, and we will resume on January 2nd as the Lord enables us. And so on January 2nd, I will be talking about the painful truth about starting a YouTube channel in 2024. If it is your goal to do YouTube in 2024, be in that class. It's free as usual. Be in that class, join that class, and come and learn from someone who is also on this journey. And I'll teach you what has worked, what has not worked. I'll tell you the truth about it. By the way, don't forget that enrollment is still going on for our 1% Better Club. The club is for a whole year, and you can decide to stop after a year. But for that whole year, we will help you with becoming better 1% every day for 365 days. 1% better every day in your emotions, business, career, finances, in your academics, whatever, you name it. We want you to become 1% better every day, incremental progress, because we don't want to overwhelm ourselves by saying we want to do this big thing. No, we will break it into chunks. 1% better every day, it's still okay. You can achieve it, I can achieve it. And so let's come together for one whole year. More details about the 1% club is in the description. So read it and do the needful. Don't snooze on this offer, because opportunity comes, maybe not but once, but at least this is an opportunity for you to invest in 2024, to invest in yourself against 2024. So don't snooze on this opportunity. It's a good one. It's a mega one. And God bless you for watching. If you've got questions, like I said, drop it in the chat box. If you want to tell us where you are joining us from, please do so in the chat box. We love you. We want the very best for you. And thanks for sticking out with us throughout this week for these live streams. The next one is on the painful truth about starting a YouTube channel in 2024. Don't miss it. God bless you. My name is Iyabooyawale, and this is an initiative of House of Wisdom. Make 2024 Count webinar series is an initiative of House of Wisdom. And House of Wisdom was established to do what? To raise skilled young adults and also to mentor them for life and destiny, because we believe that they need some sort of mentoring to be who God wants them to be. And we are glad that you are a part of this family. And so subscribe to this channel and let's have a rollicking time. God bless you and enjoy the New Year holidays. Bye-bye.